What's good, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we're back with our first video of 2022. It's gonna be a banger year. I can feel it. We're gonna grind our hardest for this year. But anyways, we're on a Pokemon game. We're on Pokemon Omega Ruby, and today's challenge we can beat Pokemon Omega Ruby Hardcore Nuzlocke with only shiny Pokemon. We haven't done one in a little bit, like 2 weeks from now, but we haven't done one in a little bit, and I want to do one on Omega Ruby. Now, of course, I want to run through the rules quickly, concisely, so we can get into the challenge one itself. To begin off, the odds of the shinies are obviously altered a little bit. We're going to join the trend. We are going to be followers today. We're going to change the odds from 4,000, 5,000-ish to about 2,500. About half that. It's still going to be very difficult. It's just like another shiny charm. So it's going to still take a little bit for me to get any of the shiny Pokemon. And outside of that, you guys do know what a Hardcore Nuzlocke is by now. I mean, shouldn't have to really tell you, but, you know, it's just a regular Nuzlocke with some added changes. I can only catch shiny Pokemon per each route, and also there's a level cap. I cannot go over the level cap. If I do go over the level cap, I'm not able to use that Pokemon in the following gym battle until the level cap raises up again. And outside of that, you guys should know the rules. I don't need to explain it. Do I need to explain it? I think I'm good. Except this rule, the most important rule of every single challenge video of my channel. Each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys, and we have a lot of them today. So thank you so much for dropping a nickname in the comment section down below, and also on my Twitter. Tweet me if you want to get picked. Follow me on Twitter as well. It will be greatly appreciated. And please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one. We are going to play Vintage White very soon, so watch out for that in the following week. Or this week, I'm not too sure. I'm just kind of all over the place. And subscribe if you guys are not already. It will greatly help my channel as we are almost to 30k. We are like 200 off. Help my channel, boys and girls. Boys and girls. I love all you guys. Not in that way. Don't take it that way. Anyways, let's get into the challenge video itself. So to begin off, I wanted to use Trico, but I've seen a lot of Alpha Sapphires, Shiny Lock that they already have Trico and Sceptile as their shiny starter, so I want to go for Mudkip. I actually like Mudkip. I think Mudkip is the most broken starter possible. You guys will see how broken it is, but it does take me a little bit. It's not super easy, even though I changed the odds. It's still not very easy, and we're stuck here for a good 2 hours. If you guys do not know, starters take forever because you do have single encounters, and they take a while because you have to see the animation, reset, go through the bag. It's very long comparatively to any wild Pokemon out there, so of course it's gonna take a little bit. And once we do get our Mudkip, our little pink Mudkip, we are going to town with this thing. It is kind of amazing. We're going to head into Pedalbrick Forest first. We're going to try to find ourselves another Pokemon. I actually encountered a few Shroomish in here, and I was like, whoa, I kind of like Shroomish. Let me try to go hunt for one. Now, Shroomish is not very common. I wasn't really hoping for too much, but I ended up getting a Shroomish. So I was like, oh, okay. I was selling for a Wurmple or a Casco or anything. I was like, you know what, if it happens, it happens. But I ended up getting a Shroomish. So I was like, this is amazing. So I actually really love Shroomish. It's going to be on my team as we head into the first gym of the game. Now, in the first gym of the game, we're going to face off against Roxanne. Roxanne's going to be the Rock-type gym leader of the game. That's not too difficult, especially since we are a Mudkip, a Water-type Pokemon. But the level cap is pretty low at 14, so we don't get anything crazy. We're going to start the battle against her Geodude with our Mudkip. We're going to Water Gun it down. It's going to Rock to me. It's going to lower my speed. Very annoying. But we're going to end up knocking it out with another Water Gun, and it should be fine. Next up, she can switch out to her last Pokemon, which is a Nosepass, her ace Pokemon. I'm going to set out with a Mudslap. Unfortunately, I misclicked and used Growl, so I could have lost there. But look, I didn't. I Water Gun again, and then Water Gun to knock out the Nosepass. A misclick almost trying to just ruin this video because I could have lost my Mudkip there. But luckily, it did not, and we got to move on. Moving on, there's not too much for us to do, so we're going to head into Dewford Island. Face off against Brawly right now. Brawly's level cap is only 2 levels above the previous one, but we get a Marsh Stomp for our trouble. It is very ugly looking. We do get a Marsh Stomp for our troubles. We're going to start the battle against Brawly using our Marsh Stomp. We're going to Mud Shot, almost knock out the Machop. We're going to unfortunately miss our Mud Shot on the second turn and take some damage against the Machop, but we're able to knock it out. Makuhita comes on next. I'm able to 2-shot it. You guys know this? I promise you, when I played the original Ruby and Sapphire, this battle was so much more difficult. It was so much harder. I don't know what was going on. But apparently my Marsh Stomp is able to knock out Brawly very easily in like 3 shots. So I'm very under level 2. I promise you, the original games were harder for some reason. But anyways, we're going to go into the grass outside of Slateport City over here and try to find ourselves an Electrite. We find ourselves an Oddish. A shiny Oddish is our encounter for this route. And we're just going to go for it. We got to catch it at this point. We can't change it out, so we got to caught ourselves an Oddish. And now we're going to head into the next gym of the game where we face off against Watson. Watson's going to be the electric gym of the game. I was actually in Discord talking to my friends. We're just having some fun. and I completely just sped through this battle. Like, I did not even look, because Marshtomp is completely broken. As you can see, the first 3-4 gyms very easily with Marshtomp. Marshtomp's able to just Mud Bomb and Mud Slap, Mud Shot, all the muds out here, and just knock out his entire team. I actually did not see the footage of me beating the Magneton until now. I was like, what? I beat the Magneton? I did not know that. So, he's gonna send out his Voltorb, and I'm like, oh wait, when did I beat the Magneton? But yeah, his Marshtomp is very powerful against Watson. Way more powerful than the Combusken I used in the previous challenge video on ORAS. But we're able to beat Watson very easily, and we get our 3rd gym badge of the game with not a lot of problems at all. Pretty nice for us. As we head into the Ashy Route, not the Ashy, is it Ashy? Is it? I think it's Ash, right? The volcanic Ash. I was thinking like Ashy Skin, but no, it's Ash. Volcanic Ash place. We get evolve our Pokemon. We have a Gloom now and a Breloom on our team, and that's what we're gonna go into the grass and try to find ourselves another Pokemon. Try to look for Skarmory, obviously. Skarmory will be a big hit, but unfortunately, we found ourselves a Spinda, which, I mean, unfortunately, we're going to have to catch. I mean, so far, nothing's really going my way except the Breloom. Of course, the Breloom worked out pretty well. This took a little longer than I expected. I was looking for Skarmory, very low odds of finding it and finding it shiny at the same time, so we got to deal with Spinda. From there, we're going to face off against the next gym in Lavridge Town against Flannery. Flannery is giving the Fire-type gym leader of the game, obviously. She can start the battle against us using a Slugma. We have Marshtomp at level 28. The level cap is 28, so we should be fine, as we're able to Rock Tomb and knock out the Slugma in one shot. Next up, she can switch out into her Numel. Again, with the Water Gun, is going to knock it out. Next up, she can switch out to her Torkoal, and I'm able to Mud Bomb it twice. I missed the first one, but I'm able to recover, get another Mud Bomb off. I've taken Overheat in the sun very easily from Torkoal. Jeez, and this thing does not have like a bad special attack. This thing is actually decent in special attack. But another Mud Bomb would knock out the Torkoal as we get our 4th gym badge. Now, I might be spamming Marshtomp a lot lately. I'll calm down on that as, you know, we go into the next gym. In the next gym is going to be in Pedalbrick City. We have our Breloom that we're going to use up because it is a fighting type Pokemon. We're going to teach it Bulk Up, and I was like, wait, I could just teach it Bulk Up? This thing's broken, I think. So I could force palm down all the other Pokemon in here, get my levels up, get my money up, not my funny up, as we head into the battle against Norman. Norman's giving me the Norm type gym leader in the game, and we're going to start the battle against him using our Breloom, of course. Now, I was planning to set up against him, but he decided to yawn me his first turn, so I was like, oh, I can't really stay in. I'm going to fall asleep, and then he's going to probably knock me out. I switch out to my Marshtomp to hopefully do Mud Shot it. Oh, it hits me pretty hard with a Retaliate. I was like, no, if a crit happens, I lose my Marshtomp. I'm not playing this game. Sending my Breloom to Force Palm it. Luckily, it paralyzed at least, but it still forces me out into my Gloom. I don't know what I was doing here. I switched back into my Breloom as quickly as I can. I'm just going to stay in from now. I'm just going to Leech Seed, get my recovery up, and my Bulk up. I could live any attack from the Slacking, of course, so I get boosted up all the way to +6 on both attack and defense. And at this point, I could just Force Palm and knock out the Slacking. Now, once the Slacking goes down, and the battle's basically over because I am +6. A +6 Mach Punch would knock out the Vigoroth, as you can see. And then another +6 Mach Punch would knock out the Slacking, and we beat Norman, and we get the 5th gym badge of the game. Very easily out here, but 5th gym badge is level 30. Kind of disgusting. Could have upped the level, honestly. One of the things about ORAS is they really take out the difficulty part of the games. It's very easy as to give us a Latios, you know. From there, though, we're going to head into New Marble, the electric plant down here. I actually don't know where to find Watson to unlock this place, but we're going to try to find an encounter in here because it's always going to be an electric encounter. And I want to get an electric type for the next gym because Winona is going to be the flying type gym leader. I just want to avoid all that mess and just make it a little easier on me. Maybe get a Magnezone with a little fun out here. I spent 2.5 hours on this. It did not work out. So I took a little break. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go explore everything else because I have the Surf HM now. I could explore more things. I came back later and then I tried to look for it again. Did not work. I just kind of gave up on it. I was like, you know what? I don't need an electric type. This is taking forever. I need to keep going on. From here, I'm just going to head into this tall grassy area. Almost lose my Breloom. Luckily, I did not. And we find ourselves a shiny Lanoon in the grass. And we'll catch it on our team. Okay, that's our 5th member. Not really an electric type Pokemon, but it is a Pokemon. And then head towards Fortree City, where, we found ourselves a collection of Kecleons, where one of them is a shiny Pokemon. Now, in this situation, I didn't really care if I get a Kecleon or not. I was going to go and then retry in another spot. I was looking for Tropius or Absol. Did not get either one of them. I get a Kecleon, but look at this. I use Rock Slide to see, you know what, who do I knock out. And then I didn't knock out the shiny one. The shiny one avoided it. And the craziest thing is that this shiny Pokemon has the hidden ability Protein. So this is a shiny hidden ability Protein Kecleon in the grass. I was stoked about this one because this is amazing. It actually dodged the rock slide, so I had to name it Legend. You know, that's the most fitting nickname. So after that, we're going to face off against Winona in Fortree City's Flying Gym. She can start the battle against us using a Swallow. I'm just going to start with my Marshtomp. He's going to miss his first attack, which is obviously what we wanted. Eventually, we're going to land our 2 shots against him and knock out the Swallow. And then she's going to switch out to our Altario. Now, this is going to be a problem, though, because he's going to Con Guard up. He's going to hit me with Dragon Breath. I'm trying to live it all. I actually knock it down to red HP using Rock Slide, flinching. Unfortunately, it heals up, and I got to start over again. Now, the only way to get around this is to switch to my Gloom. My Gloom could live any attack, especially the Earthquake. So I can switch to my Gloom and then Sleep Powder it down, so it's forced to switch out. It's going to be forced to switch out into his Pelipper. Unfortunately, the Pelipper hacks me, so my Marshtomp can't do anything. So I decided to switch out into my Gloom. Gloom does not do anything either. So my Spinner has to clutch up. Spinner puts the Pelipper to sleep and then Dizzy Punches down. 3 Dizzy Punches will knock out the Pelipper for me. Luckily that we survive against the Pelipper. Now next up, she can switch out to our Altario. Live an attack, land the Hypnosis, thankfully. And then I could Dizzy Punch it up. I just can switch into a Skarmory, which is a very annoying play because now I have nothing to do with it. I decided to switch out into my Breloom. I wanted to bulk up in front of it. I'm like, ooh, wow, this is a bad spot. I need to switch out to my Kecleon. It's going to take an Air Cutter, which is fine. I could Shadow Claw up using a Protein Kecleon. And I could get it down to low HP, and then another Shadow Claw will be able to knock out the Skarmory. So my Kecleon actually clutch up against it. And then it's going to switch out to his Altario, his final Pokemon. I can hit it pretty hard with a Rock Tomb. I have about half HP to it, so I switched out into my Lanoon next. Lanoon does have a pretty strong move called Double Edge. So I'm just going to take the Earthquake from it and then Double Edge to knock out the Altario. We ended up beating Winona just barely. I mean, it really could be better, but honestly, we ended up beating it, and our Marshtomp evolved into a Swampert, our pink purple Swampert, our magenta Swampert. It's kind of amazing. From there, we're going to head into Mount Pyre. We're going to beat down Team Magma, of course. It's pretty easy. We're going to beat down Courtney, I think, and then we're going to head into Grasses over here. The Grasses, we're going to try to find a shiny Vulpix or a shiny Magnemite. Guess which one we got? Yep, the one we don't want, the shiny Shuppet. So, Shuppet's going to be a Pokemon we catch, you know, in the back. We have a full team of 6. Just have one in the back just in case. As we head into Team Magma's hideout in Lilycove City, we're gonna beat Courtney once again as they submerge with the submarine that they stole. And then we're gonna head into Moss Deep City's gym next. In Moss Deep City's gym, we're gonna pretty much clear through him pretty easily with our Kecleon. Something that we didn't want. Kecleon is actually the best Pokemon for this gym, so apparently. I say it just beats down every single Pokemon possible. As we face off against Tate and Liza next in the double battle fight, they only have 2 Pokemon combined, so they're 1 each, and we have 6, so this should be an easy gym fight. We're going to start the battle using our Swampert. Muddy Water is like Surf, but a little better in double battle fights because it doesn't hit my side of the field. It hits the other side completely, so I'm not too sure why they did that, but I am able to hit him with a Muddy Water. And then Shadow Claw will knock out the Soul Rock as the Looney Tone does a lot of damage to my Kecleon, unfortunately. Luckily, I'm able to outspeed the Soul Rock, knock it out. And then a Shadow Sneak into a Muddy Water will knock out the Lunatone as we beat Tate and Liza very, very easily. I mean, that's all I could really do. Now, unfortunately, something I don't really show that often is the final fight against the evil team leaders. We're going to face off against Maxi. This Maxi fight is pretty difficult. I mean, it's not that difficult, but there is one Pokemon that's pretty difficult. We're going to Mega Evolve our Swampert, something we don't do too often. We're going to knock out his Mightyena and take an explosion from the Weezing that he randomly has. And then he's going to switch out to his Crobat. I don't have Ice Beam, so I got to switch out into my Lanoon. Lanoon takes a big hefty hit from, obviously, Acrobatics. I'm going to take it Acrobatics again. I don't know from here. I needed to sack something. I was not very prepared for this fight. Just let my Lanoon get sacked, which is fine. So I switched out into my Swampert next to knock out the Crobat, because that's all I could really do at this point. And then obviously the camera goes down, and unfortunately though, that is my first death of the game. We ended up losing our Lanoon here. I could have switched out to my Kecleon, but I didn't want to risk it, because, you know, if my Kecleon takes too much damage, then of course it's obviously gonna go down. So something had to be sacked. I think Lanoon had to be sacked in that situation. From there, we're gonna face out against Primal Groudon, and now Groudon gets critted by my Swampert and then dies. So that's the end of that. One turn dead. From there, we're gonna face off against the next gym, and I am pretty nice with this. Look at this, finessing all the way into the gym puzzle, and we're gonna face off against Wallace next. Wallace gave me the water type gym leader where he belongs, obviously not the champion spot. He's the gym leader. We're gonna start the battle against Wallace, the water type gym leader, with our Vileplume. Vileplume's able to get stuck in confusion and attraction, and then I got tired of this, so I switched out to my Breloom, and Breloom couldn't do anything either. It couldn't break through at all. I was about to actually die to this, so I was like, I got switched out to my Vileplume. Come on, just knock it out. Eventually, takes 4 minutes, but eventually I'll knock out the Love Disc with my Giga Drain Vileplume. Then it's gonna switch out to Milotic. I can survive any hits basically. I just gotta put it to sleep, and from there I just gotta Giga Drain up. Unfortunately, once it wakes up though, I missed 2 sleep powders against it, so now I'm in a bad situation. I switched out to my Spinda, hopefully maybe put it to sleep. It's gonna take a Hydro Pump to the face and die. So we lose Spinda. Wasn't really smart there. So I switched out to my Swampert next. I'm able to Earthquake 2 times to knock out the Milotic, luckily, and Milotic will go down. Next, I was gonna switch out to his Wish Cache. I switched back into my Vileplume because I felt like I could survive any hits from the Wish Cache, and luckily I do barely from there. And then I could Giga Drain, knock out the Wish Cache, knock out the Celio in 1 shot, and finally his last Pokemon will be a Seaking. I 2-shot it and knock it out, and we get the 8th gym badge of the game, and we get another death on the death board, which is unfortunate, but it has to be like that. Next up, we're gonna head into Victory Road, where we're gonna find our final shiny Pokemon, which is giving me the shiny Loudred over here. Catch it with our Master Ball, and that's our last encounter of the game, as we beat Wally as well, as we head into the Elite Four challenge next. In our Elite Four challenge, we're gonna start off our challenge against Sydney. Sydney's gonna be the Dark type Elite Four member. We're gonna start the battle against him using our Swampert against his Mightyena. Maybe I should have used Breloom. It would have been more smart if I used Breloom, but I stick with Swampert. I switched into my Vileplume for no reason, so should have went with Breloom, but I didn't believe in Breloom apparently. Switch back out into my 3-move Swampert to Waterfall to knock out his Mightyena, and then he's gonna switch out to his Shiftry. Decided to go to my Breloom now, and then Force Palm, taking extra sensory like an idiot, and then knock out the Shiftry, which so horrible plays right now. Horrible plays. Absol comes out next. I'm like, maybe a Mach Punch would knock him out, but I don't want to risk it. Switch into my Swampert again. I want to make a point that Swampert is a timid nature, so he's a minus attack nature, so that's unfortunate. Still knocks out the Absol though, but he is a minus attack nature. Cacturne comes out next. It's kind of scary, but I want to switch out to my Vileplume. Should be fine. Sludge Bomb will 1-shot it, and then his final Pokemon will be a Sharpedo. I take a Crunch easily, and then Giga Drain will knock him out. Sydney's pretty easy as we head into the next Elite Four chamber, which is going to be Phoebe. Phoebe's going to be the Ghost type Elite Four member. Now, I don't want to really use my Ghost type for this because obviously it's not that good. So I'm going to start the battle using my Kecleon against him. Kecleon's almost going to knock out the Dusclops in 1 shot with the Protein Shadow Claw. Wow, Shadow Sting does a lot of damage too. Unfortunately, I hit myself in confusion and take a Shadow Punch, and I'm like, ooh. Maybe, you know what, I'm just going to break out of it. I'm going to Sucker Punch it and then knock out the Dusclops. Unnecessary, but it had to be done. Sableye comes on next. I switch out to my Vileplume. I'm going to Sleep Powder it up and then just Giga Drain it up to knock it out. Vileplume is the destroyer of Ghost types right now. Bayonet comes on next. I mean, I try to put it to sleep. I try to put it to sleep multiple times for no reason. I just keep forgetting. Sludge Bomb does get it poisoned, and Giga Drain will finish him off. And then he's going to switch out to his Dusknoir. I put it to sleep. Just Giga Drain him up. It's going to Sludge Bomb and take a Fire Punch to the face. Vileplume is so tanky. Do you guys know this? Giga Drain will knock out the Dusknoir pretty easily. And then he's going to send out a Bayonet again. I try to Sleep Powder it. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. And then it's going to take away all my PP on my Giga Drain. So I got to Sludge Bomb it up. Take a Shadow Ball easily, and then I poison it with a Sludge Bomb. I'm going to Moonlight up, and then I'm going to Sludge Bomb in the following turn to knock out the Bayonet, and we ended up beating Phoebe without any deaths. Now from there, I'm going to start finally using my Bayonet against the Elite Four. I'm going to start the battle against Glacier, the next Elite Four member, using my Bayonet to Calm Mind in front of the Glalie. Now this worked better in my head. Apparently this did not work out too well because the Glalie did not take any damage at all. So I switched out into my Breloom, into the Crunch, and I'm able to Mach Punch to knock him out. Then he's going to switch out to his Frostus. I'm able to switch out to my Kecleon to take any hits. Take the Blizzard pretty easily as I'm able to Shadow Claw knock out the Frostlass. He's going to switch out to another Frostlass. Shadow Claw will knock that thing out as well. Walrein comes out, it's going to Blizzard me and freeze me. and almost knocked me out with the hail. So I gotta switch out into my Exploud. I'm looking for a secret power paralyze. It did not work, so I swapped into my Swampert. Swampert can take a lot of damage with the blizzard and everything, but luckily I could two-shot it with an earthquake and knock it out. And at this point, I did not want to keep my Swampert in because it's gonna die, so I switched out to my Vileplume. If it goes down, it goes down, but I need a clean switch in. I switched out to my Vileplume. It takes a freeze drive very easily, as you can see, and Giga Drain will sap up Glalie and two-shot it in the face. And Ice type got destroyed by a Vileplume. Vileplume might be my new favorite Pokemon by its performance right here. It just knocks out everything. So next up, we're gonna face off against Drake, the Dragon Elite Four, and the final Elite Four member. Technically, we're gonna finally set out our Bayonet. We're gonna try to set up again. We get a few Calm Minds up, and we're able to one-shot the Altaria, two-shot it, but we're able to knock it out. And then the Salamence comes out next. I'm like, okay, Bayonet is just useless, so I just let Bayonet die. It's not a personal thing. It's just Bayonet takes forever, and just it was useless. So I decided to switch out to my Exploud. Exploud was here just to do some chip damage. I was gonna sack this thing as well. I end up using Secret Power against it. He's gonna use Dragon Rush against me. He does too much damage, and I'm at this point, maybe he'll miss. He does end up missing, and I'm able to Secret Power and paralyze him as well, which is amazing. It's kind of funny. Don't mind the graph. I accidentally removed Exploud. No, Bayonet is dead, not Exploud. And I'm able to knock out the Salamence with a following Secret Power, and we level up. So Exploud clutches up against that. I also clutch up against the Flygonhg here because I'm soundproof, and Boom Burst does not affect me at all. A few hits, as it just keeps using Boom Burst against me, I'm able to knock him out. And then it's going to switch out to his next Flygon. I thought it's going to Boom Burst me. I live with 2 HP, and then I got scared out. I was like, whoa, Exploud is doing too much over here. I got to save him for the next fight. I swap out into my Brilliant, and then I'm able to Seed Bomb one shot and knock out the Flygon easily. And then next up is going to switch out to his Kingdra, and I'm able to Seed Bomb this thing. And it already does not want to heal, so I'm able to knock out the Kingdra from there. And then we beat Drake. Okay, Drake's a confusing fight for me. I don't know why. Every single fight we have with Drake is always confusing. Next up, we're going to face off against the champion of the game. We're going to face off against Steven Stone. Steven Stone's going to be, obviously, Steel type proficient. So we're going to start the battle against Exploud, where we newly acquire moves. So we're going to surf down the Skarmory to break his 30, obviously. It's going to set up spikes, which is very annoying. I'm going to overheat, knock out his Skarmory. Pretty easy, but I do also have Earthquake. So once it sends out his Aggron, I'm able to two-shot it using Earthquake and knock out a second Pokemon. So Exploud is putting in the work. Obviously, Boom Burst, because it's not going to be useful here. Everything is a Rock or Steel type, or Claydol. Could be a Claydol as well. I want to switch out into my Kecleon to go off against the Claydol. Claydol is able to tank down my Kecleon and eventually almost knock him out. He actually will knock me out, so unfortunately for that, Kecleon goes down. And then I have to switch into my Breloom next. Breloom's able to Seed Bomb, knock out the Claydol. This is exactly my matchup I wanted. I'm able to Force Palm twice against the Cradily to knock him out. And then it's going to switch out to Zarmato, which I can switch into my Swampert. I take a hefty hit from Zarmato, and since I'm a timid nature, minus attack, it's not going to knock it out in one shot with a Waterfall, so it's going to do another chip damage to me. I'm low on HP. I don't even have Torrent, so this is very bad for me. Waterfall will two-shot Zarmato still. And he's going to switch out into his Mega Metagross, and I use Earthquake, and it worked. It crit the Metagross, the final Pokemon in our run. We crit it, and we knock out Metagross, and we beat Steven Stone. That is the same reaction I would have Steven Stone. I would be, oh my god. He gets all the luck, but we do end up beating Steven Stone, and we cleared through the battle. Let's see, would I be able to knock out? No, I would not be able to knock out the Metagross if my Swampert goes down, because he destroys everything. He outspeeds everything. He would Zen Headbutt, knock out my Breloom, my Vileplume, and my Explode's on low HP, so it was basically over if my Swampert went down there. So there was no way of me fixing that. But we end up getting it to work, and we beat Steven Stone. We beat the champion of the game. We beat Oras with only shiny Pokemon. And what a way to kick off 2021. Wait, 2021? What a way to kick off 2022. I want to say thank you so much for watching all the way to tonight. Oh, look at the graphics. You guys know the graphics have shiny Pokemon in them? That's so cool. Oh my god. That is so cool. Anyways, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot to me. If you guys can, please don't forget to leave a like. Comment down below some challenging videos just like this one. And subscribe if you guys are not already. It will greatly help my channel as we keep our march on to 2022. and our grind is up. So thank you so much for watching the video. My name has been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.